talking about the different sides of the different incidents, rather, or plenary at the Senate and the House of Representatives regards the signing or the passing of the budget for 2023. There was also the issue of the Ways and Means advances. And for more on that development, Vice President, Nigerian Irish Business Association, Aliyu Audu, joins me via Skype. Good to have you join us.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year in advance.
Same to you. Let me start you on the Ways and Means advances that was stepped down. It was to the tune of 22.7 million naira. The senators had said, look, that was unconstitutional, but some experts are saying that it is beneficial to Nigerians. I just want to get your thought on that.
Sorry, I didn't get your question. Can you repeat it again, please?
The issue around the Ways and Means request from the president to the House, the National Assembly yesterday, that was stepped down by the lawmakers, saying that it was unconstitutional. But some experts are saying that it is beneficial and that it should have been looked at. What's your thought on that?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I'm in support of that. Obviously, the president has a right to make some adjustments, and if they do, I think it is it's for the senators, to look at it and take the appropriate step. But if they feel it's not appropriate, then it becomes a constitutional issue, in my view.
All right, we'll see how that plays out. But let's look at the budget itself. It's called Budget of Fiscal Consolidation and Transition. It has a capital expenditure of 5.9 trillion naira. It has a recurrent expenditure of 8.9 trillion naira and debt servicing of about 6.6 trillion naira. I just want to get your thought. Even the debt servicing is higher than that of the capital expenditure. What's your overview and overall view, rather, of this budget?
As I've always said before, our debt servicing is very high. We're borrowing too much. And this is what is this is the result of it. When you borrow too much, you have to service those debts. Now, money that we're supposed to be spending on capital expenditures to improve the life of Nigerians and provide jobs, we're spending it to service debt. So we need to look for ways. What the National Assembly should actually be discussing with the executive about is ways that we can generate more revenue, because that's what we need right now. You know, we have a budget of 20 trillion. We're spending about 6 trillion to 6 to 7 trillion to service debt. That's too high. What else is left for the rest of Nigerians? 200 million Nigerians. We have capital expenses. We have recurrent expenses. We have other expenses that we need to look into. So in my view, what the National Assembly should be talking about, more importantly, are ways that we can increase our revenue. Other countries are doing it. We see no reason why we shouldn't do it. We should look at ways that we can increase our revenue and less borrowing. And Nigeria is a very blessed country with a lot of resources, especially in agriculture, solid minerals, which is where we should be looking at. Even Saudi Arabia is looking at agriculture, tourism, agriculture to generate revenue. Nobody's looking at oil anymore. So that is where our focus should be. If not, we're going to end up stifling the economy, devaluing the naira, a lot of inflation, and we're going to go into recession if the borrowing continue to exceed that revenue. And it's urgent we attend to that.
And we have pegged our oil benchmark at $75 per barrel. For the last budget, it was $70 per barrel. We seem to be optimistic this year. When you look at how fluid the situation around the world is and how, we've had that back and forth with oil price, how realistic is $75 per barrel?
Well, as I've said before, it's a guess. I mean, it's a prediction. Anything can happen. There's a war in Ukraine. We don't know what's going to happen next year. So the oil market is very volatile, given there's a war in Ukraine, and you don't know what one is going to take. And that is affecting the prices of international commodities. So I cannot predict whether it's going to be 70 or it's going to be 75. But what I can advise is we shouldn't keep thinking of oil. We should look for other income streams. We just recently, in the budget, we are budgeting about 85 to 90 billion for agriculture. If something is going to take over oil, then we have to invest a lot in it. Other countries are doing that. Look at Qatar. Look at Saudi Arabia. Even Saudi Arabia, that has the largest oil reserve in the world, is now investing in tourism and other areas. So bottom line is, oil cannot be guaranteed. Price of oil cannot be guaranteed. We should look at other means of generating revenue, which is very needed for Nigerians. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for talking to us, Vice President, Nigerian Irish Business Association, Aliyu Audu.
Thank you.